Siddur Snippet series is generously sponsored by the Saka family and sponsored as well by Ayelet and Avram Foreman. We are concluding the 16th bracha of the Amida, the bracha of Shema Koleinu, asking Hashem to hear our voice, this universal bracha. We saw the beautiful words of the Yaros Dvash, Rabbi Yonasan Eibshitz, nothing too big, nothing too small. In fact, the smaller the thing that we're asking Hashem for in Shema Koleinu, the more we're demonstrating that we believe Hashem is in charge and control of everything. So we're not only asking Him for the big things, certainly we plead with Hashem to bring the hostages home, to keep our soldiers safe, to end this war. But the small things, let our child succeed in math and win the soccer game. Let things go our way in that business deal, whatever is on our agenda that day. Yonasan Eibshitz said, Shema Koleinu is, before Ki Ata Shomea, think about, if not look at your calendar, see what you have that day, insert here, whatever is going on in your life that day, Shema Koleinu, ask Hashem for help. There are two different nischos, machlokas, Avudraham and Rambam, about how to end this bracha. Ki ata shomea tfilas amcha Yisrael berachamim, that's the Nusach Ashkenaz conclusion. For you, Hashem, hear the prayers of your nation, the Jewish people, berachamim, with compassion. Or alternatively, Ki ata shomea tfilas kopeh, you hear all who articulate a prayer towards you, you hear. Nusach Sfard actually combines the two. Nusach Sfard says, Ki ata shomea tfilas kopeh amcha Yisrael berachamim. What's the difference between the two? Kopeh means non-Jews as well. You hear the prayers of all. Specifically, we Ashkenaz, those of us who daven Nusach Ashkenaz, Ki ata shomea tfilas amcha Yisrael berachamim. What's different or what's special about the tefillah of Amcha Yisrael? Rav Chaim Kanievsky Zatzal was bothered by this question. He points out, we're using the word ki, for, because, but we just used that expression. We just said, Ki kel shomea tfilos v'sachanunim ata. You are a God who hears the prayers, both from the template, as well as the fluid part that people author creatively for themselves. You listen to prayers and supplications, ki, because, kel shomea tfilos v'sachanunim ata, and now, we seem to be repeating it. Ki ata shomea tfilas kol amcha Yisrael berachamim. Again, we're invoking the word ki because. What's different? What are we adding? Why is it worth seemingly repeating what we just said? So Rav Chaim Kanievsky says there are several uniquenesses, singularities about Amcha Yisrael. First of all, unlike the other nations of the world, he says, who only thank Hashem when things are good, we see and recognize and thank Hashem even when we don't understand, even when it's challenging or difficult. Under all circumstances, no matter what the nations of the world intend, we believe that there's a reason. We are not the victims of randomness or chance, but everything is from above somehow, and therefore we have the capacity to draw that line, to make that connection to Ki ata, because Hashem, whether we understand it, see it or not, you are listening. Additionally, Amcha Yisrael, we offer our tefillos, our prayers, collectively. We do so together. We do so with unity. We combine. We collaborate. They complement one another, our tefillos. And therefore, they're not judged individually, each apart, but rather collectively. They complement one another. And therefore, they are unique or special. They're different than stam tefillah. So an individual among the nations of the world utters a prayer, whatever that prayer might be, for their livelihood, for their health, for their favorite football team to win that Sunday, whatever the prayer is, they're doing so as an individual. But we, Amcha Yisrael berachamim, we are combining, collaborating, collecting all of our tefillos, and that makes Hashem more predisposed to answer in the affirmative, to listen berachamim with kindness. The Sifsei Chaim teaches, Chaim Friedlander, that the more one associates with the klal, the more we draw that rachamim of Hashem. Amcha Yisrael berachamim. If we're on our own, whatever in our Amida, Atachon Lomdas, Fainu Barachaleinu, whatever we need, whatever we're asking for, if we're appearing before Hashem alone, He looks at our file and He says, let me see, Goldberg, deserving, not deserving? What's going on in his life? What kind of merits does he have? Has he earned this? Is he deserving? He's on his own. On our own, many of us, most of us are in trouble. But when we combine with others, when we complement with others, then we're able to elevate our tefillah collectively, collaboratively, to be together. This is Rav Chaim Shmulevitz in the Sichos Musar explains, when Hashem counts Klal Yisrael, He counts the tribe of Levi separately. Why? Because they all were destined to be punished for their role in the Chet HaEgel. Levi didn't participate. In order for them to not suffer the consequence, Shevet Levi had to be counted separately. Wonders Rav Chaim Shmulevitz, the omnipotent, infinite, perfect God can't make one count and yet not punish Levi? Can't keep that Cheshbon? Can't keep that calculation? Of course he can. He's omnipotent, he's infinite. Why does Levi need to be counted separately? Reb Chaim Shmulevitz introduces the idea, I'll put it in a little bit different language. But if you follow the stock market, first of all, last week you were happy, but if you follow the stock market, then you know. You could talk about a particular company, and that company has no news, not good news or bad news, earnings or losses, nothing new about the company. But the company's market cap can rise or fall simply based on the sector it belongs to. Bank sector is up, it goes up. Biotech down, it goes down. Real estate market, whatever sector it's part of, it can rise or fall by association, even when there's nothing new about that particular company. And the same is true with us. If we keep company, if we're part of a sector, if we daven at Boker Raton Synagogue, one of the countless minyanim, and enjoy all the delicious delicacies and stay for all the learning opportunities, if we're part of a tzibur that's growth-minded, growth-oriented, that's united with its diversity, then we rise with it. We're part of a positive sector that is ascending, that's on the rise. So whatever we'd be subject to as individuals, now by being part of a bigger sector, a bigger group, we can rise together with that group. That's what the Sifsei Chaim says. Ki ata shomea tfilas kol amcha Yisrael barachamim. You listen to the tefillah of when it's connected with amcha Yisrael barachamim. Not alone, not by myself, not davening a tfilas yachid, but with a tzibur. And with a tzibur. And not just any tzibur, you got to choose the right tzibur. If you're with the wrong tzibur, you're also part of their sector. And if that sector is going down, then you go down. So choose the right tzibur, the right minyan, the right row to sit in, the right people to be near, because that raises all of us, and that's ki ata shomea tfilas amcha Yisrael barachamim, which leaves us one more snippet on this bracha. Shomea tfilah bracha ta Hashem, shomea in the present tense, tfilah. Why don't we end shomea tfilos? Hashem, you answer all of our prayers. Why is it shomea tfilah in the singular? Stay tuned for the next snippet.